here I was thinking, hey, maybe I can get home late because traffic was horrendous. Maybe I can fill up the tub with some bubble bath, get in, relax in the nice warm water in my tub, maybe shave my legs, give myself a manicure, I don't know. But that behavior? No, they're not gonna let that happen. Not today, they're not gonna let that happen. They're gonna release the most insane, batshit fucking crazy patch notes I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't even know what's going on anymore, and none of you do either. Everybody's dead. Everybody. Sanity has left the building. It was kicked out. Nothing about what I'm reading, I get it. They've lost their fucking minds. That's fine. I'm ready to go along for the ride, because you know what? Let's be honest for a second. It's not like Dead by Daylight has been fun for a while, right? It's stale. It's stinky. It's pathetic. We might as well just go fucking crazy and see what happens at this point, huh? And why is this music playing? I don't even know. This music, it never happened. Guys, they literally wrote this, all right? They literally wrote this. They said, let me scroll down to it in case you don't want to believe what's real. If the survivor that was last hooked is sacrificed or killed, so if you hook somebody, you look around the map, you don't find anyone or whatever, and you decide, okay, you know what? I'm just going to kill this guy because he's the only person I see. That's it. From that point on, generators cannot be regressed or blocked, punished. If a survivor dies before 6 total hook states, all remaining survivors gain a repair speed bonus for the rest of the trial. Fuck you, killer. You loser, you pathetic. Like, let's just assume we were in a trio, right? Like, for example, let's just assume that there's 3 of us and we're playing with some Meg joins. It says, hey guys, I'm Mage. Can I play with you? Like, sure, Mage, get in. She gets hooked in the first 20 seconds of the game. Scott's Law. We just let her fucking rot and die on hook. Buffs all of our gen speed. Does that make sense? I don't know. But that's a thing that could potentially, pathetically happen with this change. Just let Meg die, guys. Punish the killer. Give us those giga buffs. Like, none of this makes any sense. And I still want it to happen. I don't know why. The elusive status effect, by the way, let's look at this. Added a new status effect that silences the grunts of pain and suppresses survivor aura, pulls of blood, and scratch marks. So this is like another, this is the anti-camp, I guess, right? Because they said there was going to be, this is all phase 2. This is all phase 2. The shape. They're like, hey, let's just make him fucking first person Chucky. Look, he's just Chucky. Am I wrong? Like, this is just Chucky. He's literally just Chucky. He's everything about his power now is just Chucky, except first person, and he's tall. Guys, I'm just gonna say it. If the currency system had been added to the game, none of this would have had to happen. None of it. Like, the currency system would have addressed all of these issues. But no, let's just fucking turn Michael Myers into Chucky, because we all know how much everybody loved Chucky and how after he came out, we never had to make any changes to him. We just kept him exactly the way he was from launch onward, because it was such a well-received fucking design choice to make Chucky exactly how we made him, right? Are we abandoning anybody in their right mind is gonna never play killer again? Nobody. You're insane. But at the same time, like, let's be honest about the current state of Dead by Daylight. It's not exactly roses out there, right? The fact that killer queues are as long as they are tells me already that the community is fucking batshit crazy, and they're masochists that will accept anything that gets just stuffed in their mouth. Anything. And they'll do it gleefully. Now, I don't know if they'll do it gleefully, but they will do it. So I don't think, like, they're still gonna eat it. They're still gonna like the taste. Harambe strategy is dead? Maybe. Maybe. Using YouTube for music says, stop playing then. Play something else. Stop whining. All right, YouTube for music. Let me just, I get it. I know what the problem is. Let me just, what I'm saying something that is a little bit too big picture. So let me just dumb it down so you can understand it. Let me minimize it. All right, so that you can understand what I'm trying to say, because clearly you can't see the big picture. Behavior. Oh boy. Let me just calm down for a second. What's going on with the wall of text? This is all the anti-tunnel. This is all of it. Good morning, everybody. Good night. Good night. Oh, okay. Finally, anti-tunnel that'll work. Yes. There's so much to wrap my brain around here. My head is about to explode. I'm saying if the game just keeps getting worse, play something else. Devs obviously don't care. Play something you actually enjoy. Well, see, that's the thing, right? As like, I think to some degree, Dead by Daylight is just it's an experience of suffering. You know, it's the fun of the game is almost being outraged at how badly designed it is. It's a weird, toxic, delicious meal that I just can't wait to eat every single day. If this goes live, I'm grabbing my popcorn. Do it. Sadako F tier? I think Sadako might be the only hope left for killer. For me, anyway. She's the only killer in the game that rewards you for going for hooks. But I will tell you this. Sadako, I think it could be for any killer, to be honest. But I think Lightborn might have to be like a mandatory pick now with this meta. Because the slugging is so, like, the anti-slug is so egregious. Base kit tenacity unbreakable. Like, they did it. Like, I don't know why. People were like, they're not gonna do it, man. It's not real. It's fucking, it was obvious. Like, how many times does it have to be leaked consistently? Behavior, it literally admitted that that's what they were gonna do. And people were still like, no, they're not gonna do that. The denial was just dripping off the walls. I should have worded it differently originally about the whining. These are valid criticisms, but it's clear to players devs don't care and won't listen. You know, I have a little bit of a conspiracy theory about that. I think that the devs, because they know how reactionary the DBD community is, right? People are like, okay, we're gonna nerf, or we're gonna buff this perk from 2% to 4%, and everybody on Twitter is like, oh my god, they can't do it. But there's a little bit of a psychological strategy you can use when doing something like this, especially something this big, right? Is instead of just adding everything that you think you should add, what you do instead is you add everything you think you should add, but also add a bunch of crazy extra shit on top of it, right? And you do that strategically on top of it, so that when people start complaining, you roll back all the crazy shit you knew was stupid to begin with, and it makes people basically eat the other things that you actually wanted. Like, it's more palatable, you know what I mean? Like, they do, it's a strategic, manipulative way of actually getting what they want in the game by overdoing it purposely so that they can retract it and make people feel listened to. They pat them on the head, you know, and say, hey, we listen to you, you're good, get in the building, we're going to listen to your feedback and we're going to take it into consideration. But it was all pre-planned from the start. you just want an A sim that isn't ass. This genre is cursed, Hellspawn, and I think it might be behavior's fault. They ate up every license that existed, and I don't like. They just you know what? No, it's not behavior's fault. I can't gun like they could have done it with TCM. They could have. They didn't have to make TCM. They could have made an original game like Summer Camp, their original Friday the 13th. They could have just done that and built off of it. There were all these other options on the table, but instead they go the money juice route, right? Let's take a super famous IP, let's juice it for all it's worth, milk every last drop, and then fucking shovelware it when we're done and move on to the next thing and just make those mills. And they made a lot of mills. Let me click this. There's at least some background noise. It's just way too quiet out here. Get Choi out of the building. Dude, like, oh, what they're doing to Michael Myers might be the most horrible thing in the update somehow. Like, the currency system would have just let him exist. He was a unique killer, he had a unique design. It worked. And they're like, no, not good enough. Make him Chucky. Make him Dash. Let's put a little bit of Dash on there, shall we? I just wanted to take a fucking bath, guys. You know? Some candlelight. Maybe a glass of rosé on the side. Shave my legs, wax my butthole, all the things you do in a bathtub, but these patch notes just... like... how insane do you have to be to want to play killer after this? I'm genuinely curious. Like, I'll do it because I know I'm crazy, but like, as a normal person who gets home from a 9 to 5, says, hi wife, now I'm gonna go play Dead by Daylight for a few hours. You go to play Dead by Daylight, and this is like, you just eat this? You just shovel it right into the mouth? Like, I don't... you have to be crazy. I think Jumpscare Myers might already be dead, even in this update. I don't know if they'll change Evil Incarnate because they made a new change to Myers in this update that makes it to where when people are on death hook, you can just kill him. I think he has like a base kit tier 3 Mori. Let me lock it in. So base kit slugging reduction. They call it slugging reduction. Like, hey ChatGPT, can you minimize the effect of this for us, please? Can you minimize the wording so people don't feel as offended by it? It's if survivors are left in the dying state for a total of 90 seconds during a match, they could pick themselves up. Added the option. Oh, no, let's skip that. It's pointless. All the perks still work the way they did before. Gradually increases crawling speeds for survivors who are left in the dying state. So when you get downed, you start to slowly build up base kit tenacity so that you can crawl extra fast. And you also recover while you crawl now. So again, base kit tenacity. So think about how disgusting like flip flop and power struggle is going to be, right? Because now that you have like base kit tenacity, or you could even add tenacity onto it, purposely go down under a pallet, and then if the killer doesn't instantly pick you up, there's nothing that killer can do in that situation, right? There's literally nothing the killer can do in that situation. If they leave you, you pick yourself up after 90 seconds, flip the killer off, and if they pick you up instantly, they get pallet stunned by a teammate, right? So you there's literally no options there. None. You're fucked. Flip-flop power struggle is going to absolutely break the game. You bet this was Chandler Riggs' idea? That son of a... They should have got him out of the building. They should have got him right on out before it was too late. They should have renamed Killer to Spectator. Like, I think they genuinely, with this update, need to add in the ability for the killer to become an AI when the player rage quits, because the rage quitting from killers is going to be insane. Does killer get the short end because there are more survivors than killers? I don't know. Well, there's definitely more people buying skins, right, on the survivor side. There's 4 times as many people buying skins as there are killer players. So like it could be to try to drive more people to want to play survivor, thus making it easier for people to get into the game and buy more skins, you know, bring in new players, have them spend those, buy them org cells. And that's what those creator codes are real good right now, aren't they? Those creator codes out there in the wild. Because think about it, if you have a creator code, and I'm not making an assumption about anybody's, you know, what they're willing to do, but let's say you have a creator code, you're incentivized to support this change, because this change will make the game more like palatable to new players. Those new players come in, they put in your code because you promoted the game, they buy org cells for all the skins that they don't have, and you make a little bit of money on the side. So I'm not saying that anyone is gonna do that. I'm just saying that the incentive is there to do it, and that's not a good thing. You like polyester? I've been using polyester's creator code since that whole system came out. And it's partially because, yes, I do like poly, but also because it's just a super easy code to remember. You just type in poly. What's up, Goth? You're sure both sides will be civil? You know, that's another thing about this, right? Is like, am I insane to say that this change is just like super disrespectful to the survivor player base? Like, it's like, I find it disrespectful. Like, it is literally like behavior is just playing the game for you after a certain point. Like, they're just playing the game for you. And I want to be clear too, is that I'm not even entirely against what they're doing here. Like, they're finally just going for it. It's a Hail Mary to try to get the game more chase oriented. I get it. I'm not insane. I see what they're trying to do, but like, we're just like, did we not like? I feel like steps needed to be taken before this leap, right? Like, the map design in the game is still absolute dog shit. I feel like that's where you need to start, is the map design. And then, because like right now what this change is effectively going to do, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, because they're forcing you to get 12 hooks. Like 80% of the killers are gone. And I don't mean the players, I mean the killer characters themselves. They're dead. They're fucking useless, garbage. Nobody's going to ever want to play them. They're not going to be able to win a match. Like, why would anybody ever touch any of them? It's gutter. Nobody's going to want to touch them. Right? Like, how are you going to get 12 hooks with Trapper? Good luck, idiot. Imagine this scenario comes up, right? Imagine you're playing Trapper and this one guy keeps just fucking stepping in all your traps because he's a dumbass. But you're like, well, he's on death hook now, but I don't want to hook him because then I'm fucked. So I'll just, like, what do? He just gets to step in your traps. You're like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I don't have the papers, I don't have the contract or the permission to kill you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you talk to your lawyers, like, I'll have my lawyer talk to your lawyer. We'll get behaviors lawyers in here too, and then we'll find out if there's some way I can kill you. Like, what are we even talking about with this? You can't kill somebody until like 6 people have been hooked. This just doesn't make any sense. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if a survivor dies in any way before 6 total hook states, all remaining survivors get a repair speed bonus for the rest of the trial. And if that survivor was last hooked or is sacrificed or killed, the generators cannot be regressed or blocked. Insane. Survival Punk, much appreciated for the $10. So basically, us killers are just not allowed to win in high MMR. Oh, it's gonna read it for me?
Killers are just not allowed to win in high MMR. Can't hook, tunneling is a crapshoot, and now no slugging. Welcome to Nerfs by Blight Light. Cringe.
Yeah, and you know what? That's another thing. Survival Punk. Let's go to that real quick, right? There is base kit buffs coming to Killer. Where is it? It's somewhere in this patheticness. I swear it is. I don't... Is it in here? Okay. After completing a unique hook, so for the first time... oh, no, they have parentheses. The same survivor is not hooked consecutively. Okay, so you can... It counts as a unique hook, even if you've hooked somebody before. It's just you can't hook them in concession. Okay, that's good to know. Killers get the following benefits. Bonus damage to the next generator kick. Currently, it's 5%, so there's no way this goes higher than 10%. So you get a 10% regression for kicking the gen. I'm assuming that's a speculation. Oh, wait, someone... Pig guy, much appreciated for growing some muttons. You get a temporary haste effect. Again, no numbers. Temporarily reveals survivor. Think base kit, barbecue, and chili that have less or equal hook states to the hooked survivor. So it's going to show you who you should be going after, right? Behaviors in the bedroom with you while you're with the survivors in bed. They're standing over top of the bed watching you guys play. These effects, though, are slightly lessened for Blight, the Dark Lord, the Ghoul, Hillbilly, and the Nurse. So basically what they're saying is, yes, they're adding these base kit features to help killers out, but they're not going to give them, they are giving them to the S tier killers, but they're going to be lessened. Again, what does that mean, right? Like, let's assume that the bonus damage to the next generator kick is 10%. Then what's it going to be for Nerfs and Blight? 6%? 7%? Basically nothing, right? So, yeah. And the thing is that, like, these killers can get the downs, right? They can get the 12 hook games. This here is not going to help the loser killers that can't get 12. They just can't get 12 hooks because the map design is too ass. The map design is too garbage. You have to down survivors instantly. Like, you can't have a chase. You have to literally down them in like 5 seconds or you'll lose the gens. This 10% kick isn't gonna do anything. We want killers to get 12 hooks, but fuck those killers who can actually do that. Exactly. They're trying to like force killer players into like into some like super linear experience, but then at like the same time they're making they're making it an impossible thing to do. Like I don't know. So keep an eye on this. This is Chucky Myers now. They've reworked Myers and just turned him into coup de grace Chucky with a dash. You stock to build up a dash attack now, basically.
What the fuck is that?
So a 3-man Swift could let a random die on hook to get buffs? Yes. We were talking about that at the early, like when I started the stream too. So like if you thought of it and I thought of it, then you know other people are going to think about it.
So a 3-man SWF could let the random die on hook to get buffs?
Yep, just let the rando die. Take the buffs. Who needs the rando? What if they're just because every time that random gets hooked, that's a 10% gen regression, right? Or whatever it might be. Let them die. If you feel like your trio can pull it off, just let them die. And also, and this was like an idea I had for a perk a long time ago. The anti-tunneling now, so the killer no longer gets a notification when somebody gets unhooked now. There's no notification. You have no idea that somebody has been unhooked. They purposely hide that from you. And then also on top of that, unhooked survivors gain this following effects, all right? And this is on top of perks like Decisive Strike or Off the Record or whatever. They get haste, endurance, and elusive. So now survivors who get unhooked have Iron Will base kit, and they also have Well, they have off the record base kit, but also they have lucky break. They don't leave scratch marks, so they have all of those perks to basically completely disappear. Does it say anything about conspicuous actions here? Like, how do you lose this? It doesn't say anything about, like, I hope you lose this with conspicuous actions, because imagine you could just like work on a gen when you have all this. You have no collision with other players now. So here's the thing, right? You have no collision with other players. So basically you can't body block anymore. Like, you can't body block the killer anymore. Which is, it sounds good in theory, right? But think of it this way. You have no collision, but you could still run to your teammate who's getting chased and try to just be inside their body so that when the killer swings, it hits you instead of them, right? You could still basically do the same thing. You just have to get in that perfect position where you're just about an inch behind your teammate, and then the hit's going to hit you instead of hitting the person that you're trying. Like, it's still, you could still do it. You have also immunity to killer instinct as well. These effects are lost. Okay, conspicuous action does take it away. That's good. But still, I mean, that's not the, like, that would have just been insane if it didn't. All of these effects except haste and endurance, so borrowed time, are disabled once all generators are complete. So in the end game, you still get base kit borrowed time. You still get it. You just don't get the other effects. Added a unique effect to the killer hook state UI that indicates the last survivor they hooked. So instead of getting like a hook counter so we know how many like survivors we've hooked, which is what people have been like asking for, instead you basically get a fucking hazard sign over one survivor that you're not allowed to touch anymore. Like this one, like, hey Dwight, you're not allowed to tease, off limits. It's like we're like 5 years old in someone's backyard playing some made up shitty kids game. You're not allowed to touch Dwight. He just got touched. Be nice now. We're all babies here. This isn't a horror game. After completing a unique hook, the same survivor is not hooked consecutively. Killers get these benefits. Added, I love how they did even more, dude. I thought they were gonna add a base kit 3-second decisive strike. They're like, you thought we were gonna add a base kit 3-second decisive strike? Why don't you just sit the fuck down while we read this Bible of anti-tunnel we're gonna give to you right now? Sit the fuck down, open it, Genesis, verse 1. Like, holy shit. Okay. I'm glad. Hey, and for those of you who still want to play the game competitively, you could disable all this dumb shit in custom games. Updated several survivor and killer perks to account for these changes. Oh my god, are they gonna nerf Pop Goes the Weasel again? Are they gonna nerf Gen Defense because they're adding this base kit into the game? Are they gonna nerf Pain Res and Pop? I bet you they fucking are gonna nerf Pain Res and Pop again. No way. Of course they are, because they're adding a like, of course they're gonna do it. Disingenuous, much appreciated for growing some muttons, and also for the 672 super cringe chat. We appreciate it.
Sweet corn grew some muttons.
Dude, they're gonna nerf Pop and Pain Res because of it. Oh my god, they're gonna do it. Can you imagine if they nerf Hex Ruin? I will shit my pants if Hex Ruin goes down to like 75%. How would, like, as like somebody who enjoys playing Survivor, like, how is this fun to just know your hand is being held this hard? Like, I actually don't get it. You know what I mean? This is like going on Outlast trials, setting the difficulty to like beyond easy difficulty where you don't even take damage and just walking, or like who wants that experience when they play a competitive game? I find, I just like, it's like, you could say like, I'm just gonna play Survivor now, but I'm like, I almost feel like it would be boring. You know, this whole thing has actually, it's made me reconsider something about Dead by Daylight that I never really thought about before, right? Which is the existence of those super toxic 4-man swifts. You know, those 4-man swifts that ruined your life when you first started playing Killer? Those ones that teabagged you at every fucking pallet. The ones that just pissed you off beyond belief and really tilted you and twisted the blade and then teabagged you at the execute. They made you watch, right? They made you watch. Those guys. I always really disliked those players, right? I really did. But I think that those players, because they've kind of, there aren't that many of them anymore, because we kind of like, you know, the culture of DBD changed. We went more in like a wholesome direction where people just didn't teabag and weren't as toxic as they used to be. I think we need those teams back. I think that they served a purpose that we never actually realized. It was like a calling. We had to trim the killer players who ruin the queue times, right? The people that think they're allowed to have fun. No, you're not. Your experience needs to be awful. It needs to give you PTSD. We need they're like, you know, it's like they got to control the population somehow. I think that those teams had a place, because now we've gotten to this point where killer queues are so horrible that the devs think they can get away with fucking anything. Because people just keep queuing no matter how horrible the experience gets. They don't care. They're like, no, I'm going to keep queuing. I'm going to play Trickster. I'm crazy. I'm just going to fucking play Trickster. I don't care about the consequences.
What the fuck is that? A fucking cat?
Survival Punk, much appreciated for the additional $5. Let's let him read it to me.
Survival Punk super cringe $5. No, you can't castle. That's a mean strategy and it makes Susie feel bad. Tunneling and slugging are strategies. To cry about it is literally IQ.
Strategies. Oh man. Phase 2, bro. They really went all in, didn't they? Holy shit, they went all in. Like, I think what Scott Yoon said, because I watched some of his video, he said that this update feels like the devs got into a room together, put up a Scarface pile of powder on the desk, and just fucking went to town and then just made the most ridiculous, insane changes to the game that anybody's ever seen. Can you guys imagine if TCM existed right now? Like, if the devs had never, like, sunsetted the game, what would, like, this opportunity, what it could bring to their game? There would be such a massive influx of people who are like, I just want any alternative to Dead by Daylight. Brock's much appreciated for growing some muttons over there on Twitch. I was actually gonna play. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna. Well, is there like let me try to even wrap my fucking brain around what they've done to Michael Myers here. So Evil Within has been replaced with 2 modes that can be toggled now. So he has 2 separate modes, Stalker mode and Pursuer mode. What is 4.2 movement speed? Is that 110? No, that's lower than 110. That's lower. Because Huntress is 4.4. It's 105. Holy shit, so you're super slow. You're like Nurse. What is Nurse? Nurse is 3.8, so it's somewhere in between Huntress and Nurse. Okay. Okay, so in Stalker mode, you're undetectable and can stalk survivors. Pursuer mode, 4.6, so normal movement speed. You have a 4 meter tear radius, Increasing vault speed, bonus to lunge range, break speed, and stone recovery, and cannot stalk survivors. Once the stalk meter is full, Evil Incarnate mode can be triggered at will, granting the following effects for a limited time. Note survivors can no longer become exposed. 4.6 movement speed, which is the same as Pursuer mode. Terror radius is increased to 40 meters and has an increased vault speed. Unlocks the Slaughtering Strike ability. Hold the power button to charge this ability. It's Chucky's dash. Press the attack button while charged to quickly lunge forward, adjusting your angle as you move, just like Chucky. If the survivor enters the killer's attack range while lunging, they are knocked into the dying state. So it's like Chucky, but it's an insta down, right? Yeah, it's an insta down. The ability can also be used to break pallets, so it's got a little bit of a blight maneuver in there. Dash Slop 101 unlocks the ability to grab and kill or perform a regular Mori on survivors who would die the next time they are hooked. So he has like a pyramid head thing, sort of, where you just get to instantly kill people on death hook. Adjusted some of the mechanics of stalking. Remove the limited pool of stock per survivor. That's good. Reduce the stock range to 32 meters and removed distance modifier. I don't like that, to be honest, but I don't know if it matters. 32 meters is like, I don't know why, like, at least, I don't know, make it 40. Like 32 seems too low. Moving while stalking has increased movement speed but incurs a reduced stock rate. Reworked his add-ons. Goodbye, Tombstone. So wait, what? Like Pursuer mode? Is it Pursuer mode just like kind of like too good? You know what I mean? Like, let's just assume you never stalked anybody, right? Let's just assume you're like that. Why would I fucking waste my time stalking? Like, you go into Pursuer mode, you have a super tiny terror radius, 24 meters. You could run like Monitor and Abuse with that and get down to like 16 meters, which is gonna be very, very tiny. Like, survivors are gonna have very limited time to react to that. You get increased vault speed, bonuses to lunge range, break speed, stun recovery. Like, you're just an M1 killer, but you're like a super strong M1 killer forever. You don't insta down, but like, you're such a strong M1 killer that like, you're basically everything people hated about Skull Merchant, but in M1 form. Like, it's weird. I thought people just didn't like this type of thing where you just go against somebody who's just better than you because their stats are buffed for no reason. It's weird, yeah. I mean, you could, I kind of see like what they're going for, but in the end, it's kind of like, this is definitely going to power creep the shit out of Chucky, because this is just way better than Chucky, I think. You could walk around with Undetectable in Stalker mode and then just swap to Pursuer mode and get like M1s on people too. Like, you just can turn your terror radius off at will. I wonder how long it takes to swap between these two modes. It is kind of like the pig dash, isn't it? But I think it's better because with Pig's Dash, there's like a super long, pathetic wind up, and you lose all line of sight when you do it. This is better than Pig and Chucky for sure. This is just like massive coup de grace value here. Like, I think with these changes, Myers could probably be like close to S tier, unless I'm misunderstanding something. But it's just, I find it hilarious because people lost their minds over Chucky, right? Like, Chucky was like holy shit, they nerfed the shit out of Chucky. He got nerfed like 50 times. And this is just better than that. Oh, true. Old Doctor was a nightmare, but you had to use it like mid loop chase. That was really like insanely difficult and really clunky. Sadako's the only viable option. For me, she is. I don't think that any other killer can do it. Like Plague maybe can deal with it because she has so many base kit advantages. But like, I'd say what you need to do, right, is you need to run a build like this. And then I don't know if I have what it takes to run Bamboozle with this, because flashlights are going to be so brutal that I think you need Lightborn now, because you need to instant pick people up every time. Like, you just need to instant pick, so you need like Lightborn. Wait, Sadako gets very punished by the 6 hook thing. True. If you condemn somebody and kill them, you're fucked. You're so fucked. Dude, they gotta get rid of the 6 hook thing. They gotta get rid of it. Holy shit. So when does the new Halloween game come out? Not soon enough. 100% not soon enough. This behavior has officially gone insane. Dude, they really have just lost it over there. I don't know what is going on. I would rather get beat to death by like 4 survivors in Halloween with baseball bats than like the fact that this game has existed for 9 years and this is where we're at is just insane. Much appreciated, Avery. You gonna become a Blight main? Forever Entwined is a good option too, Sir John. You're definitely right about that. It's just, yeah. Yeah, I think you might be right about that. Glad to see. Because Forever Entwined will help you with pallets too. Lightborn won't. They're nerfing Ghoul as well in this update, but what was it they're doing to Ghoul? Let me check the YouTube description real quick, because I do have it there. Nah, I think I know. So they've nerfed Ghoul 17 times, I believe. So this will be the 18th nerf to Ghoul here. I've kept track of it since its release. Dracula took the bullet. They nerfed wolf form, right? So reduced Hellfire cooldown, increased Hellfire pillars, reduced Hellfire charge movement speed. So you slow down way more while using it now. And after you use it, you stay slowed down, so you get punished more for missing it. Wolf form, increased pounce attack charge time. That could be really rough. Like, that's a super finicky thing to fuck with. Like, if it takes too long to charge that pounce with the wolf, it could like actually drop him to like C tier. It is that significant. And I'm assuming they're gonna make bat form control like the knight's guards now, where it's just super floaty and you can just like fly around in like a crazy omnidirectional direction. I mean, I think that they maybe just saw that Dracula was constantly like placed as like an S tier killer. What did they do to Oni? Hooking a survivor now spawns more blood orbs, so Oni just gets like the world's most random buff. I guess because they felt like he's just has to slug a lot. Not really sure what this means here. I mean, that's definitely a buff, but the add-ons are way more impactful, I think. Why couldn't they give us numbers about what they're going to do to Clown? Like, they're going to increase the activation of the active piece antidote, but are they going to, like, put it back to how it was? Same with the purple bottles. Like, the purple bottles are going to last longer, but, like, I feel like they could have given us numbers here. That was a bit cowardly. Oh, man. Behavior had to fucking know it was going to be a disaster when they released this. Like, this is one of the craziest. This actually is the craziest thing I've ever seen from this game by a mile. Twins didn't get anything, though. I think it was just Oni, right? Like, ah, fuck Twins. Nobody plays that character anyway. Hope Oates doesn't defend these changes. I don't think he will. I don't think anybody will defend these changes except, like, the hardest glazers, man. I mean, I'm talking about the people that are out there fucking working night and day to get a creator code that will do anything Behavior asks them to do. You know, a real company man type creator code haver. Updated various perks. Good to see each release. We've also made a number of adjustments to account for the new systems. Goodbye, fucking... Goodbye, what is it? Pop and pain res, specifically relating to slugging and tunneling. So again, pop, pain res, like... If you hook the same person twice, you probably won't get pop anymore for it, you know what I mean? Yeah. No sense. Much appreciated for betraying your entire community and bringing them on into our mental breakdown. You're just in time. Forced hesitation nerf. I don't know if the devs know that perk exists.
Their entire community.
They are nerfing DS. Maybe down to like 3 seconds. It won't be a big nerf because it's 4 seconds right now. I think they might go down to like 3 seconds just as like a courtesy. Deadmans will get an easy. Yeah, Deadmans will get nerfed. Deadmans is definitely going to get nerfed. It's been on their radar, I think, for a while. We're reopening Crota's Brent after this one. Yeah, that's for sure. That's the full circle of Dead by Daylight as we all just fucking end up in a mental institution after we play it our whole lives. I really hope they don't nerf Bamboozle. You don't think True used forced hesitation yet? Gotta wait for him to say it's a good perk. Go collab with Titan of Mind. Hey, from what I understand, Titan of Mind uses that song I made in my video for like his subscriber or follower notification, so I'll always be a part of his streams, I'm sure. Deerstalker is getting nerfed, if not outright reworked. Man, dude, if Ilphonic, the fucking stage is set, guys, for Ilphonic. Like, the stage is set. Behavior has said, like, here, we're the most pathetic developers in the universe besides Gun Interactive. Here's your chance to take us down. We've left the door wide open for you. Can you do it? Good luck, Ilphonic. We're all fucking desperate because soon we're going to be playing Fear the Reaper on Discord or whatever the hell that game is called. Man, they're so like they're just this is like a tsunami coming to the game. There are so many things we can't even account for, you know what I mean? Like there's just so much we can't even account for, because this just is gonna have such a cascading effect on the entire game. We go to like a killer that's a little less cringe. Time to get cooked. Do the Harambe only stream before these changes, please. Listen, I'm not 100% certain if Harambe's dead. Will it be a little bit more aggressive? Maybe. But I don't think Harambe's out of this fight just yet. 90 seconds. That means the survivor can only pick themselves up twice. I might be able to hunt him down. Pietro Confutse, much appreciated for spreading your cringe on 10 viewers. That's much appreciated. Like, really, I do appreciate that. And with that, where are we now because of that? We're 36 cringe lords, guys, over on Twitch. That means we're 14 cringers away from a Harambe only stream. 14 cringers on Twitch. See if it happens. Thanks again. Infectious Fright might be getting nerfed too. I wouldn't doubt it. But at the same time, we'll have to see, right? Because they have this mechanic in the game. Maybe they feel comfortable with it. Like, they're thinking, what's the worst that can happen with Infectious Fright when we have base kit Unbreakable Tenacity in the game? So what would be like the most rancid survivor build in this meta? That's right. So you would want flip-flop, maybe, right? And power struggle with, because they did absolutely nothing to vigil or sprint burst. Nothing that we're aware of, at least so far. So you would run like, if you had like this build, imagine how nasty it would be, how disgusting. Just so much fucking brainless time waste from the killer. And remember, they have to 12 hook. They have to 12 hook. If they don't 12 hook, ooh, no. You've never seen a game hate half of its community as much as this game. Well, I've seen like Overwatch, who just like spent like 6 years just hating their entire community. But yeah, it is weird to just hate specifically half of your community. What's grinding your gears, man? These patch notes, they're killing me. I'm dying. The survivor meta doesn't change, it just gets way fucking stronger. Yeah, imagine like Sabo now. Like how nasty Sabo is. When they Sabo a hook, you're fucked. There's nothing you can do. And they don't need to use a perk slot for it anymore. Flip-flop power struggle won't work because they know they can't slug. Well, that's the thing, it won't work in solo queue. But when you have a Swift running around with flashlights, even one person with a flashlight, they just need like, what, a few seconds of wasting your time, making you panic. That's why I'm saying you're gonna need like Forever Entwined or Lightborn, because you can't get yourself put into these situations. But Sabo, man, that one's gonna be a pain in the ass. They gave him base kit every perk in existence. It happened. Our biggest fear. Myers is dash slop now. Myers is not only dash slop, but he's also like old school skull merchant, where he can just fucking turn his terror radius off at will and just walk up and hit you with a bunch of random like buffs. Or he insta down you if he is 99 to his stock. You just run Resurgence still and have free stealth after the unhooker heals you. Yeah, like you could run because they killed smoke bombs, right? So let's say you want more of like a use that because 12 hooks. Sprint Burst Vigil is a must always. Don't ever not use Sprint Burst Vigil. Then you run Resurgence, so you get that instant heal. What else do you want? Can I have anything you want? Becoming a survivor main now? As much as I want to, it's just, I feel like it's my job to die for everybody else, you know? Like, I gotta get in there with killer, low tier killer, and yes, I might lose my fucking mind, and they might have to put me down and wrap me up in plastic, ship me off to an insane asylum, but it is what it is. You just read the patch notes and you're livid? I feel you. I think this is making like Survivor so much more boring at the same time. What is tenacity? It's 50% haste. And grunts of pain are reduced by 75%. So I wonder if they're going to change tenacity or if it's going to stay exactly the same. Because if it stays exactly the same, you could actually just run tenacity. And when the killer downs you, you could start aggressively crawling. And honestly, if the killer, if depending on what map it is, the killer might lose you. And then you can just pick yourself up. True, you can use deliverance in their face and they can't do anything. What about like those basement situations, right? Like you're playing Trapper. You get everybody in the basement, or you get like 2 survivors in the basement and you lock it down. Do you still win? Or is there some way that all these new mechanics get you out of it? There's just so many new mechanics, I don't even know. I can't think of all the different scenarios, you know what I mean? Like that's like one of the strongest positions to be in the entire game, is being a trapper with people in the basement. What about anti-camping? They did put anti-camp, didn't they? Something, unless I'm stupid. The heck is that? What was it? I think their version of anti-camp may have been this elusive status effect, but I'm not sure. I mean, that's also anti-tunnel. Yeah, that's anti-tunnel. Did they just forget about anti-camping, or did they like... Believe it or not, this when a survivor is hooked, their hook status is hidden from the killer. When they're unhooked, there is no notification and their hook status isn't revealed immediately. I think that's the anti-camp. I think they just put it in the anti-tunnel because you can't face camp anymore, right? Not really. You can only proxy camp. So if you're proxy camping and you can't tell when the person actually gets unhooked, then it's kind of a nerf to proxy camping, because you would literally have to be looking at the hook to be able to like make sure that couldn't happen. The remaining survivors get rocket launchers. Do you remember in my video about phase 2 when they first announced it that I said, like, I thought what they were going to do was put in a base kit decisive strike that was like 3 seconds, but then the decisive strike perk would be able to be stacked on top of that for a longer stun. And I said, like, what else can they do besides a base kit decisive strike? Because I was like, I don't know what else they can do besides base kit decisive strike. And I think I said something like the only other option would just be basically letting the survivors just kill the killer for tunneling. Like I couldn't think of what else they could add, but no, they added base kit everything. And the worst part is about all this, actually it's not the worst part, but it's an annoying part about it. Every time I make videos like that, where I do it pretty much consistently now, is I'll make a video and I'll be like, hey, we should be really concerned about all these things because they're working on them right now. So we should speak up about how these mechanics are not good ideas from the conception stage, from the pencil to the paper. It's bad. Let's not do it. And then I have to look in my comments section and be like, Choi, but why are you fear-mongering about things that haven't even happened yet? Why don't you just give the devs a fucking chance, huh? Choi, why are you so fucking doomer gloomer, Choi? Why don't you just fucking wait for the things to come out? Let them invest the time, Choi, and then we can complain about it, sure, afterwards. But why now, Choi? Why now? Like, fine. Let's just let it happen, and then we can complain afterwards, because that's more effective. Choi, God forbid you accidentally kill a survivor who shouldered the burden, then get bonus gen speed. Oh no.
Look at me like that. That's a weird looking fucking cat.
God. Survival Punk Super Cringe $5 at Choi. God forbid you accidentally kill a survivor who shouldered the burden, then they get bonus gen speed.
Imagine.
What the fuck is that?
I don't even know how shoulder the burden is gonna work with all this.
Is that a fucking cat?
Goth with the $2 and killers can't get base kit corrupt wild, bro. True. Very true.
Super Cringe
How?
$2 and killers can't get base kit corrupt? Wild, bro.
I like the wild, bro. I mean, think about it, right? Like, they're adding all this stuff, but killers don't get base kit corrupt intervention. That's wild. So what would happen? Like, somebody uses shoulder the burden. Nobody's gonna use shoulder the burden anymore, I don't think. Like, funny enough. Will they? I don't think they'll use it much anymore. The nurse, I guess you could say she got a small buff, because like they're adding like a base kit buff to killers here, where after you get a unique hook, which basically means you don't hook the same person twice in a row, you get bonus damage to the next generator kick, temporary haste, and like some version of base kit barbecue and chili that only shows you survivors who have less or equal hook states to the survivor you just hooked. And but it also additionally says these effects are slightly lessened for the Blight, the Dark Lord, the Ghoul, the Hillbilly, and the Nurse. Which is the first time I think in history we've ever seen behavior acknowledge that these killers are stronger than the rest. It's kind of crazy. If you juggle 3 survivors, the 4th can still shoulder. That's true, and it's a buff to shoulder the burden because you won't even know that the person got unhooked, right? Like, normally when somebody unhooks with shoulder the burden, they scream, and then you know, okay, I need to like down that person because they're exposed or whatever if I'm proxy camping, but yeah. And they're trying to make the game more about hooks because they want to make MMR about going for hooks. Right, like they're doing this MMR update. They're going to focus on the gameplay more than the outcome, which, I mean, I wouldn't be so against it if there was at least, but the fact that it's hidden, then you can't see it. I don't like it. Like, what's the point? It's just, yeah. Ruin plus Bop, I agree, was the best meta. Super healthy. There's no reason we can't Harambe in the background, though. Be ashamed to do a DVD stream where I don't do anything the entire time but rage, right? What did killers get? Absolutely nothing. Killers who get a base kit version of barbecue and chili, a base kit version of Pop Goes the Weasel, and a base kit haste after hooking somebody. But we don't have numbers on all of those. They could be decent or completely worthless. We don't know. Do you think whenever TCM was in its prime, the devs were more cautious about their choices? No, I think the Gun had like one of the most massive egos I've ever seen when it came to like designing their game, and they lived completely within inside a bubble. And anybody who tried to get through that bubble, they got super defensive and pissed off about it. Like, it was their game, and they were gonna fucking ruin it just the goddamn way they wanted to. Killer's gonna get a whole 5% extra gen regression on a kick and 3% haste for 10 seconds for not tunneling. And you know, that's the funny thing, right? Is like, let's assume that they do add like a base kit Pop Goes the Weasel that's decent. Knowing, if you know that the killer has like that ability, that's gonna make things like Blast Mine and Repressed Alliance like shoot up in popularity, because you know the killer is gonna fucking kick the gen every time. So why not just piss them off and make it to where they can't? Like, take away their little tiny, they're getting like a crumb, right? The devs are giving them a fucking cracker and saying, just eat your cracker, you piece of shit. Just eat your little cracker and shut your mouth. And even then, you could just bring something to completely counter it and ruin their life. Take everything. I can't wait to see how they're gonna nerf Pop. I'm gonna lol to death. Like, well, guys, we're adding a little bit of a base kit Pop, so now we're gonna have no choice but to nerf the actual perk and make it useless. Killers need to actually quit this time. That's what I'm saying, Soma, is like the killers they're not stopping because we don't have those toxic swifts giving them PTSD. I think as a public service, we need to bring back the toxic swifts. They need to do a calling on all these fucking masochist killer players who just won't stop. They're crazy. They need to be put down. Killer haste should be perma bloodlust until the next hit in every gen with plus 50% should explode for 10% total regression. I don't think they want to, like, they're in some like fantasy world where how they think of the game operates, unless they just absolutely don't care about high MMR. That's possible. They might just not give a shit about us. I mean, we're the top 5%, right? So fuck, you know, fuck you guys. Just stop being nerds. Go play Civilization. We need the new players to come in. That's where the money comes from. Not you old players that just limp around complaining all the time about everything. Why don't you just get the fuck out of the building? All right? Make room for the new meat. They got money. Or maybe we're the ones living in a fantasy world. Just how bad are casuals in this game? They are just beyond atrociously bad, I think. And it doesn't help really that the devs just give them base kit hand-holding without actually trying to help teach them anything about the game. Fate Weaver, much appreciated for the $5.
The devs are saying that survivors won't get the bonus if they leave a survivor to die on the hook. The killer has to actually kill them.
How do they know that? You know what I mean? Like, how do the devs know that? Third hook. But what if you don't let them get the unhook somehow? You know what I mean? Like, what if you stop it? Like, you defend the hook, like basement trapper or something. You just tell me, like, basement trapper, like, you don't get it? They're just like, man, they're getting into the weeds with this garbage. I don't know what they're thinking. Like, I just don't think this shit's gonna work. Hey, look at the killer queue times, though. It really does incentivize playing S tiers, and even they're semi-aware of it, aren't they? There's nothing that's gonna suffer worse in this game than low tier killers. Like, I think killers like Trapper, Hag, holy fuck, Hag is probably dead. Doctor is gonna be very rough. Leatherface is gonna be very rough. Huntress is gonna be extremely rough. Like, a lot of these killers are just gonna be gone, man. You could probably play Sadako, but you unironically probably can't really mori people. Like, it has to be more of just like a psychological thing that panics them, because you need to make sure they're like on death hook before you kill them. Man, dude, I'm telling you guys, like, mark my words, and I want you to hold my feet to the fire on what I'm about to tell you, okay? This Myers update, let's look at it in 240p real quick. I want you to see it with your own eyeballs. This Myers update right here, this one, the one you're looking at, it's gonna be dog shit. And not from the Myers player's perspective, from the Survivor player's perspective. This is going to be one of the most annoying things anybody has ever played. This is Skull Merchant. Like, we're literally in Skull Merchant territory with the design of this killer. I'm not joking. He's that horrible. Like, this is going to be a nightmare to play against. And if you see anybody glaze this and say that it's going to be like good, who hasn't really considered all of what you can do with this, just like, I want you to shame them forever. Be like, hey, remember that one time you had a pathetic opinion about Myers? Don't let them get away with it. If they think it's a good idea, say, hey, remember last time you said something? You remember last time when you said Myers, hey, remember last time when you thought Myers, like, just don't let them ever get away with it. Keep hunting. Make sure they know that they're stupid and that they should shut up sometimes. What the? All right, we have a Jebecca. Rebecca, you gotta be careful. There's only like 30 pallets on this entire map. No! I swear I did not just hit that. Myers will have to do the thriller. Oh god. What the hell? Why do I have aura rating on this scroll?
Hey, don't fucking look at me like that. That's a weird looking fucking cat.
Fate Weaver 9
That's a
Super
weird
Cringe
looking fucking
$5.
cat.
Myers will have to do the thriller dance to change modes.
Am I crazy? Oh, she used deception, huh? I'm not locked in. I've crashed out too hard. Much appreciated for the 5, Fate Weaver. A thriller dance to change modes. It would be funny. Okay. You volunteered. Didn't have to. You could turn your tear radius off, right? You could turn your tear radius off with Myers. Walk around, hit people, get free hits on them, right? And then if you want to, you could even set up a tier 3 so that you could sneak up on them with no tear radius and then insta down them. Does this sound like a killer where we're having fun? That lunge is just gonna beat you at... He's gonna have coup de grace. He's just gonna beat you at loops. So in the end, he's gonna be like Clown, where you have to pre-drop against him every time. You guys just wanted to fuck around. You ain't nothing to Harambe.
Nicholas Morrow grew some muttons.
Appreciate it for growing some muttons, Nicholas. We're on the hunt. Oh, I'm just curious. I'm just a little bit curious. Why are you crawling over here, huh? Is there something waiting for you over here? There was something waiting for you over here, wasn't there? There was something waiting for you over here, wasn't there? You think that shit's gonna work on Harambe? You ain't nothing! You gave it away, mage. You gave it away! So you're actually playing in a way that doesn't please your... This son of a bitch. You're actually playing in a way that doesn't please your opponent. This is against Allah's will, and the devs will punish you. Ban Choi from the game. Get him out! Lightweights with the $5. The fuck is that? Is that a fucking cat? Hey, don't look at me like that. There's a weird looking fucking cat.
Hey, don't look at me like that. There's a weird looking FK cat.
FK cat. Are we here to prove these point that these slugging changes ain't enough? Listen, the devs can try all they want. for putting down Harambe's spirit. Good fucking luck with that one. Throw Troy on the pile with Chandler. Vittorio's still in the game. He's locked in. He's going, no, this did happen. This wasn't made up by a writer. I was here and I witnessed. Good job, Vittorio. You're a real one. Oates was saying that there's a way. Shut the fuck up, Chandler Riggs. Chandler Riggs. Would say much appreciated for giving out another edition. You spreading your cringe. You're spreading it, and I love it. Much appreciated for that, Food Say. That's 11 gifted cringers today. Fun isn't in the building today. Bro, Vittorio. Somebody blamed Vittorio. I bet it was Meg. Good job, Vittorio, you idiot! You dumbass! God, Vittorio, you should have played like the rest of us instead of doing whatever the fuck you were doing, idiot. Babysitter's dead. We don't need it anymore. We don't need it anymore. Get babysitter out of the building. Ah. One more.
It wasn't supposed to be this way.
I like this chick's voice. I hope that her cosmetic wins. I'd like to play as her more. You know? Like this just isn't doing it for me, this skin. It's a bit too weird. It wasn't supposed to be this way. Thinking psychologically, are survivors going to feel more entitled to not be slugged because of these protections? And if so, will spite slugging be like calling moths to a flame? Possible. Very possible. I really don't see Oates defending these changes. I could be wrong. I think that he'll try to, like, you know, be reasonable about it. He won't be like me and just go insane. I think he'll tread more carefully, you know. He'll really try to point out the logical problems here. Like, that's what Oates is so good at doing, you know. He'll see, like, yeah, but guys, what about this specific situation? And this, like, it's creating a lot of, like, he'll try to, like, rationally make you go, yeah, I actually didn't agree, but now I do agree. Good job, Ots. Take my subscription and all my money. But then there's me. I'm just gonna throw poop at the screen. That's just how my style. My favorite, though, will be anybody who comes out in, like, favor of these changes, right? Like, someone who comes out in favor of these changes and goes, man, these changes, the community can't see it because they're all so fucking emotional and stupid. They can't see it, but I can. Behavior, look at, hey, Behavior, look at me. Put the spotlight on me. Behavior, you're doing such a fantastic job. You're so amazing. The community doesn't know how hard it is for you guys to develop all these changes. They're going to be so great. Oh my God, behavior. The changes are going to be so good. Everybody can't see it, but I see it. You guys are amazing. You're the best ever, right? But then the changes come out and they're terrible. And then that person immediately goes, wow, I knew the changes weren't going to be good from the get-go. I just knew it. I just knew it. Like, just shut your mouth. You fucking two-mouth fuck. Shut it. Pick a lane. Be a man. Make your choice on what you actually think and stop just trying to glaze the atmosphere. Just play Survivor. Do I need to play Survivor? Can behavior just take the controller out of my hand? I just, like, at this point, we're one step away. Just get it over with. Just get it over with. Just play the game for me. I want to just be a spectator and let me watch. Skill check auto aim. That'll be a whatchamacallit, like an accessibility. I can't hit skill checks because they jump scare me. Can you please add it in so they're just done automatically? Otz is gonna be told to yeah, Otz isn't on good standing with behavior right now. They don't want to admit it, but they're not happy with him. They're like, you son of a bitch. We were as stupid as possibly could be, and you were nearby, and it made us even look stupider. You son of a bitch, Otz. You should have fucking acted stupid on purpose to save the company. Do these changes kill Plague? I don't think they kill Plague, no. It's just going to be a lot more difficult because, you know, you won't ever have an opportunity to slug to make a comeback. Like, right now you can slug to make a comeback. You know what's also going to get a lot of value? Say, like, let's say we play, right? And I bring a Shroud of Separation, and we're playing in a Swift. I bring a Shroud of Separation. My teammates bring Vigio's Jar of Salty Lips. Now we have an insane chance to unhook ourselves if we ever needed to, right? Like, that adds a significant amount of chance to unhook yourself. Better play Michael now, dude. People are gonna hate Michael so much. He is Skull Merchant. They just don't, they're not putting together the dots yet. I see it. He's Skull Merchant. Soul Guard is going to be more common. It's possible. We're getting the new killer in this PTB. It's some like chick, a ghost chick from I think Taiwan or something who she's just a head. And like the only thing connected to her head, because she like it just floats around, it's like all of her organs and shit. Like, Thailand, okay. Taiwan or Thailand? Which one is it, guys? You're giving me. So it's a man. It's like it kind of looks like Spirit's head if you look up like the pictures of it. I mean, they don't have like the actual what Behavior's version of it looks like, but they do have like Behavior did release like an audio file, and it's definitely a chick talking. I don't think people aren't gonna use Babysitter anymore because they have it base kit basically, right? So it won't see as much value. It's the same thing with Shoulder the Burden. They can still use it, but they just won't because they're getting the value anyway. There things like because instant picks are going to become such a prevalent thing in the game. I think you're going to see a lot more background player than you used to. Thailand. Yeah, I think there's a new killer and a new survivor. I don't know if there's a new map. I don't remember. They're removing the ability to see hook states from killers, so now you can't tell if they're up to 6 hook states. That's so weird. Why would they do that? True was very happy with these patch notes. Do you think True has seen these patch notes? I thought he took Fridays off. He probably won't react to them until tomorrow. He's got... True did react to him? Oh my god, we might have to watch that then. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, he did. It's called Reacting to Phase 2 Patch Notes. It's worse than I thought. Killer is dead. Holy shit. Okay, well, yeah. Hold on. That's God, it's probably going to be a long video, right? Because I've been ranting for like 2 hours already, and like... Oh, he did stream today? Okay.
Is he update? I mean,
it's an hour-long video. Okay, I don't know if we can watch the whole thing, but like, we will try to watch some of it, at least the parts that are most interesting. Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. What the hell? Where is it? Is this it? Hold on, I need to turn this off. It's confusing me. That's... why is that even on there? It's a very long video. Oh, this is it. I just got confused with my own patch notes.
I mean, we were waiting for this. This is phase 2. You know, all the videos on YouTube where I'm saying phase 2 would destroy this, etc. This is phase 2. So let's see what the masterminds of behavior.
TrueTalent has been as nervous about this as I have been this entire time. Like, we've been both just fucking waiting for this tactical nuke to go off.
I've come up with, as we all know, they are super killer bias. They only care for killer. Don't care about survivor. And survivor is super weak and killers just win easily, even when you're good with survivor, etc. Right? All the narratives.
It's being ironic.
Obviously, we all know that when you're good at survivor, you just dominate. But yeah, especially, you know, 4-man. The 9.2.0 update arrives next week, so let's check out the notable gameplay changes you can expect for the public test build. Plus, stay tuned for next week's PTB patch notes, where we'll share the precise values that are changing for each of the topics below. Slugging reduction update.
I love how they call it reduction. I hate that so much, because it's such a phrase designed by ChatGPT. Like, I can literally see them going into ChatGPT and being like, how can we find me another way to say base kit base kit unbreakable, please. Base kit slugging reduction update is the reduction update.
If a survivor is left in the dying state for a total of 90 seconds during a match, they gain the ability to pick themselves up after fully recovering. Didn't they try something like this?
Yes, they did. It was a disaster.
That's insane. So basically...
The reason you don't think True takes DBD seriously anymore is because anybody who actually truly, and I mean like truly, took DBD or behavior seriously would fucking be eating out of a toilet already, because they would have just lost their mind. Like, you can't do it if you appreciate your own sanity.
Memorize 90 seconds, because if you leave them long enough, they're going to get up. At the same time, they're probably going to move away from where you were, so if you can't find them, because, you know, people slugged, sometimes it's quite hard to find them, they're going to get up as well. So... And also, because survivors don't need to actually go and pick them up, survivors run gens more consistently, because obviously slugging, tunneling, even camping to an extent, brings people off gens to try and help the survivors. If they could just do it alone, then where's the teamwork, right? Read more. I'm just relax. Added the option to enable or disable this mechanic in custom games. That's for comp because they know it's stupid. They're doing that because they know that this is really stupid. Like for
yeah, it's so stupid.
Comp will obviously disable this.
Tenacity is going to be rampant. I think so too.
You to recover from the dice.
Tenacity is going to take this and make it so much stronger because, like, it really fucks with the audio. You almost have like Iron Will when you're on the ground. So if the killer knocks you down and you're not on like Eerie of Crows or something, like if you're on this map here that is in the background, like you can so easily and quickly disappear. The chat already read the notes and was egging him on. Yeah, you have to, like, if you're doing it live, you have to avoid reading chat kind of while you're doing it because they'll spoil things.
Like Boon Exponential will continue to function as before without needing to meet this requirement. Wait, what? Okay, the 90-second
exactly. The fact that they let you disable it admits that it's unbalanced.
In a dying state. Oh wow.
Unbreakable tenacity, baby. Just like we said. Unbreakable and tenacity.
I just talking about in general. Because they just talked about Boon Exponential randomly, and then I think they went back onto something.
Tenacity might get nerfed slightly. You know, maybe, but they won't nerf the audio part of it, which is going to be the strongest part of it. Because that's where you lose people, is because you can't hear them or see them on the ground.
In general. Why? Oh, actually, that's what they're doing. They don't just do one little change and realize there's a ripple effect in games.
We might have to go back to playing Prestige or like bloody Prestige Claudette.
This and this, because like test this first or something. Added the ability for survivors to recover while crawling. What? Recover now occurs passively with no need. What the fuck? That's another perk given to the survivors for free. Wait, that's a perk, isn't it? That's a perk. They've got another perk for free.
Oh man, it's so stupid. You have to just laugh at it.
And killer perks to account for these changes. Yeah, I'm sure you have. Yeah. Well, there's another perk for free, I guess. Cool. So what's that? You've got borrowed time, unbreakable. What's the one where you jump off for free? What would you call that? I guess that's not even a survivor. It's just something for more in it. Tenacity, but it gets worse. Mad, absolutely mad. But you know,
the tunnel thing is gonna fucking. Right? He's gonna crash out so hard over the tunnel.
Remember, I think there's been 2 times where the community of BBD's lost the shit, and it's when killers got about equal as good changes as survivors, and they were like, "Wow, this is so killer favored patch."
Dude, that's true. Like, what was it? Like 2023. It was up until Shoulder the Burden got added. So up until what was it? Houndmaster. There was like a straight year where behavior was just like solidly buffing like every killer in a really good way. And I was like, holy shit, we're finally doing it. Like, we're finally making the game good and going in like a really good direction with balance. Like they even got Skull Merchant right. And then they just are, they I don't know what happened. I swear to God, and I hate to admit this, but I think it was when that one developer left. As much as everybody clowned on him for being like a really bad developer, I feel like he was like the fucking only person there, like pushing back against all this insanity. Because like as soon as he was gone, the fucking dam broke, and we've just been getting an insane like destruction of every good thing that was done, and just adding all this new garbage. Almo, yeah. I like, for whatever people ever said about Almo, this motherfucker was like the only one there who I think was keeping us alive. Definitely not Patrick. Patrick put MMR in the game and then fucked off and went to go make like NHL 2027 or something. He did some bad shit, but overall it did more good than bad. Yeah, I remember everybody clowned on Almo, and I don't remember why, because it was very early development stuff, but man, you see the difference when he left.
It's crazy. And there's only like 2 times where I think Killer has had just as good stuff as Survivor in a patch, from my recollection. Right, so yeah, passive recover while crawling, because, you know, once again, this game is like super killer bias, super killer favors. Like, you have no chance of winning killer, you know, even when you're amazing at Survivor, etc. That's insane. I can't believe they've... This is insane. Oh, this is insane.
And remember,
like, the 90s, it's still insane.
Should we, like, hold on a second. Let's just go back to this screen real quick. I want to do something. Where is it? Okay, so let's see if you guys can see this. Can't see it all the way, but you can see it. It's right here on the right, right? I made a video. Look at the thumbnail. It says base kit, unbreakable, and tenacity coming to the game. I'm on my German YouTube premium account right now, so it's like it's everything's in German, but yeah, basically you get the idea. Behavior was right. This is them admitting they were going to do this, right? This was them admitting they were going to do this. So let's like go into the comment section, right? What did people say? Did they believe? Oh yeah, because I had a better idea for base kit unbreakable, right? Where like the people had to work together as a team to pick themselves up. A super healthy idea, in my opinion, compared to this garbage. And this is what I was trying to avoid, right? This was the desperation on my part. I was trying to get this put in. Like, I was like, hey guys, look, I know you're doing something really fucking stupid right now, so let me give you a better alternative, right? Because I feel like you need a lifeline. Here, let me give you a lifeline. This is a really great idea, and it's not even my idea, so you don't have to give me any credit. I'm just promoting it because it's such a good idea for base kit unbreakable, and I know you're going to do some kind of base kit unbreakable anyway, so you may as well do this version. No, we are gonna do it our way, the stupid fucking lazy way. So you just sit the fuck down, Choi. Get out of the building, Choi. Go sit on the bench out by the park with Chandler and Riggs, and you could talk about how irrelevant you both are. Get out. What else do we got? Slugging is fine. There's already an abandoned option if you slug. Completely unnecessary fix brought on by crybaby survivors. Yes, H2O, but you have to understand the tides are moving. We need your support because this is only going to go one of two fucking ways. So you got to get in line behind the good mechanic and stop trying to think that you can have anything. You don't get nothing. Look at where we're at now, H2O. You should have just glazed it. Anyway, you get the idea. They know these changes are so dog shit for comp that they let you remove it all. Yeah, they know. They know. That's why it's not for high MMR players at all, is it? That's guys, as a public service, I'm not joking. I think we might need to become a toxic Swift. And I don't mean to be an asshole, right? But I think we need a calling. We need killers to leave the game. We need to let them feel it. Like the old school, like we did when we first started playing. We need toxic shitters out there that are just making people feel bad about themselves for playing the game.
Saying that they're even doing this because they don't need it. They've got unbreakable, they've got perks. You know how people like, if you don't want
join my 4-man toxic Swift,
why don't you use gender
public service?
If you don't use gender defense perks, it's weird how with killer you need to use gender defense perks, but with survivor you don't need to use unbreakable because you're just giving it. You don't need to use DS because, you know, etc, etc. Like
yeah, that's the thing, guys. It doesn't buff these perks. People just aren't going to use them anymore because they're getting it all for free, you know? Like, this is unironically going to remove things like DS from the meta, I think. Yeah.
There is perks for this stuff.
I think we just let the game die.
It's just now they get it at base so they can use more perks.
Yeah. And more, it's going to be efficiency perks, by the way, right? Like, what perks do they need to use if they don't need second chances anymore? If all of the second chances are given to you as Survivor for free, then you're just going to use efficiency perks. You're going to use build to last. You're going to use sprint burst. You're going to use resurgence, right? You're going to just use pure efficiency, which is going to make it even more difficult to fucking get 12 hooks. It's just impossible. It's an impossible like idea. It doesn't make any sense.
But as I was saying, like the 90 seconds, even though it's ridiculous because they've got unbreakable and things, you know, it's not too. It's still fucking ridiculous, and I hate even nearly agreeing with this because they don't need it. But if they are thinking that, oh no, you know, I'm not going to agree with it. They don't need it. They have teammates to pick them up, for fuck's sake. I can't even agree with it. Even 90 seconds, I can't agree with, and that's without all of this. Just 90 seconds, I can't agree with. You have fucking teammates. Like, it's literally just going to be like one person for themselves eventually, this game. Like, all
I mean, to be honest, we don't have to stop playing, but we probably need to stop buying cosmetics.
Survivors are just going to be like powerhouses and can do everything by themselves. Fucking hell. Whatever. But yeah, and then they've added even more crazy shit, because why not?
Oh my god.
When it comes to slugging, we know it's frustrating if you're on the receiving end of it too often or for too long. But we also know that sometimes it's a smart move. Right. You know it's a smart move, but you're going to destroy the kind of slugging strategy. Make it make sense. The updated system acknowledges this. How? They move quicker and get up for free and recover while moving. What are you...
Here, let me like read the this is the actual version of it, right? Developer note. Slugging has never been a tactic, okay? It is torment. Killers left survivors to rot and watch their friends suffer and to feel powerless. That ends now. Survivors deserve hope, you know, not humiliation. Slugging is nothing more than a killer's way to strip survivors of their dignity and waste their time. Survivors deserve to have agency and not be treated like props for a killer's ego trip. Like, that's like the real version of what they're saying.
Are you acknowledging? Look at that crawl speed. I know. It's insane. It's insane. That's default crawl speed there.
Let's just play Roblox.
When you maybe. Look at that. That's like crouch walking, guys. That's like crouch walking. It might be faster than crouch walking. It might be walking.
I love how they blur the names. It's like they're all in the witness protection program because they want nothing to do with like what happened here. They're like, listen, I'll help you record the video, but I want my name stricken from it, okay? History can't remember me like this.
They're fucking insane. They're insane. But, as I said, all the content creators around DVD, they're all politicians.
They are. They're fucking politicians, dude. It's so obvious now, and especially now that they have a financial incentive in the game. There's so many politicians playing Dead by Daylight, and it drives me fucking crazy. They're so disingenuous. Like, it's so nasty.
And new players to Survivor. Oh, we need to think about them. We need to think about them, guys. They don't give a shit. They just know that's what people want to hear. Like, you know, apologizing for tunneling and stuff. It's so fake, dude. In my opinion, at least. Like, obviously people have different brains, but if I was doing that, I'd be fake as fuck, because apologizing to my opponent for tunneling them is just the weirdest shit. Update system acknowledges this. No, it doesn't. Allowing the killer to slug occasionally when they feel like it's the right call, but they won't get anything for it. They won't get anything for it, you fucking idiots. Stupidly.
It's true. You won't get anything for slugging anymore because, first of all, your teammates know you could pick yourself up, right? So they don't have to come get you anymore. They could just let you fucking lay somewhere while they push a gen. So you don't get it. Like, you used to have to, it used to get somebody off of a gen, or you used to be able to snowball the game and win. Now they could just leave you. It doesn't matter.
Detached, incompetent dev team. You just don't get it, do you? Like, if you slug someone and you're doing it for pressure, what fucking pressure are you getting when they can just crawl away and get up? The team can just stay on gens.
Exactly, it's so
With
obvious.
They could just stay on gens. They could be like, oh, he's slugging that guy. Well, we could just do gens because he can get up.
No, that's an impossible thought to have. Sorry, too difficult. Do I get paid to do this job? Fuck me.
Oh my god.
And that's the thing, right? Is that people will say like, Choi, why are you crying and stuff? Like, it's just that I don't have the fucking mental capability to just accept pathetic mediocrity. I just don't. I wish I did. I wish I woke up every day and ate a fucking tuna sandwich with nothing else on it. And I just drank water that was warm with no ice. I wish that was me, guys, but I just fucking can't do it.
Detached and incompetent in insulting gear. They are detached and incompetent. Does this look like they are in line and competent? That's not
This
insulting.
update is fucking ridiculous. I appreciate that, Torbjorn.
Or incompetent. How would they not look at this? It blows my mind how much they're destroying this game.
Slay here with me, forget the world.
That Survivor is so difficult in DBD. Oh my god, Survivor is so difficult, man. Such a difficult role. You can play amazing at Survivor and still lose. When? When can you play amazing at Survivor and lose? Please show me. Please show me.
Listen, what the issue is, and I think this is true, sanity is overrated. I think the devs have fostered an environment within Dead by Daylight over time. It's been 9 years. Over time, they have fostered an environment where only one half of the player base was forced to get like truly better, right? Like the Survivor players, they just kept trying to like artificially pump them up to keep up with like killer players and making the game more difficult for killer players. And obviously when people are good at Survivor, it just fucking implodes because the game's not designed for good Survivor players. So when you have good Survivor players, the game just it literally fucking melts away into garbage because it's not designed that way. It's designed for super mediocre Survivor players that are just getting handheld through the entire game. And because of that, they have not gotten better. And in fact, it's just fostered it like a community of just super entitled assholes that just complain about everything and never feel like they need to put 1 ounce of effort into getting better at the game because they're just like, where's daddy behavior to come fucking wipe my butthole for me and play the game?
I want to see that game where you're playing amazing with Survivor and lose. It doesn't happen. When you play good with Survivor, you dominate. Fucking weird.
Oh my god, I can't even like when the tunneling reduction's gonna kill him.
It's important to use strategy with killer. Sure thing. Allows the killer to slug occasionally when it won't do anything.
Imagine they just add Jason to DBD. Maybe.
This updated system acknowledges allows the killer to slug occasionally when they feel like it's the right call, but it will eventually kick in and swing in the survivor's favor if slugging is used excessively.
It'll eventually kick in. Oh, right. They don't get it.
What would be the difference between slugging excessively or slugging when it
change my diaper?
The survivor's going to get up. The survivor's going to move away. The survivor's going to... the only thing you could think is that one survivor you're slugging, they're not going to be on a gen while they're slugged. But the only way you're going to get use from this, and you still won't. They're doing it like this, look, right? If you... down someone.
No worries, I don't have mods.
Save, right? And then you tunnel a person off the hook.
I'm done with this game.
Current version of DBD.
Fist bump, Cooper. Escape.
Be in chase. There'd be another one down. There'd be 2 on gens. One of them people on gens would have to get off the gen and pick up the person. That's what you'd have to do. But now...
And let's just imagine something else real quick, all right? Because Behavior's been doing this a lot recently. And I mean, they've been doing it a lot, like way too much to the point of just like, how much fucking time can you waste Guinness Book of World Record, right? They make these insane time-consuming changes to the game. The guy spends 6 months in a fucking basement at Behavior headquarters next to Chandler Riggs' dead body chained in the basement, just fucking working on this update relentlessly. He hasn't seen his kids in 20 years, just keeps working on it. And then it comes out and the community says, oh, we don't like it. And then they're like, oh, well, fuck it, then we won't do it. Then we just won't do it. It was all for nothing. Let's just, who cares? Let's just move on. Like, why are we wasting so much time with this garbage? Like, even if they don't do any of this and they cancel everything here, they still wasted just absurd amounts of time developing this garbage. Why? Where's the guy in charge who goes, hey, maybe we just fucking shouldn't do this right out of the gate. Right out of the gate, let's just not do it. This is a stupid fucking idea. Or hey, he may be a better idea. I know you have consultants that apparently you don't listen to, or they're terrible. I don't know the difference, but one or the other. Just just do what you did here. Just post this 8 months ago and say, hey, this is what we're planning on doing. What do you guys think? Do this 8 months ago. Just show us. It doesn't need to be a surprise. Nobody needs this. If it was my birthday today, I would have drowned myself in a toilet. I would have, like, this is not the birthday present I needed. So just show it to us. Let us give you our feedback before you start torturing the guy in the basement.
They could just leave them and stay on gens. So you've gone from one person having to be on a gen, on like the current like version, to 2 people can now be on gens. So it just means faster gens. On average,
it was True's birthday yesterday. Shit.
You know how gens
they should have
like
done it then.
And not like 2 times, maybe even 3 times faster.
Sometimes our feedback is asked, though. That's true, but I mean, I think if you see something this egregious and insane, they should just do it right out of the gate. This is way too crazy to just wait, like, to hold out on. This is insane. Like the Myers rework, whatever. Okay, fine. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be a skull merchant killer. Everyone's going to hate it. They're never going to keep it. I promise, unless I'm missing something. Like, it's going to be a disaster, the Myers change. A complete disaster. But, like, that's okay, fine. It's one killer in the game. We can live. This is like the entire game being reworked. This isn't even like Dead by Daylight we're looking at right now.
To complete then the killer's objective. That. Fucking mad, dude. A big part of this is also about making the experience of being slugged more pleasant.
They make it so personal. How is gen rushing pleasant?
This game is literally designed for survivors, guys.
Yeah, it is.
It's designed for survivors. Last time I played, I mean, I just played Survivor now on DBD, if you haven't been watching. The last time I played DBD, I said, when you play Survivor, it feels like you're playing a game made for you. When you play Killer, it feels like you're trying to force a game that isn't made for you. It doesn't feel like it's made for you. When you find a build, nerfed. When you find a strong strategy, nerfed. But when you play Survivor, it's just consistently like, oh, is this a bit problematic for you? Does this give you a bit of a bad experience? Don't worry, we'll try and fix it. So even if you play the worst you possibly can, and the killer plays the best they possibly can, you're still going to be in a better situation because we're going to try and figure out how to make this more pleasant for you. It's all about survivors, this game. And it fucking blows my mind how, because the majority of people play Survivor, they gaslight everyone into believing, oh no, it's about killers. Like when? When I read these patch notes, it's like, how do you read these patch notes and be like, this game is definitely catered for killers. The devs definitely care about the killer's experience. Do they even talk about any of the killer experience in this? Or is it all about survivor experience? Because I haven't seen them talk about killer experience yet. Anyway, a big part of this is about making the experience of being slugged more pleasant.
It feels so good not to be a fan of DBD right now, but watching the downfall is fascinating. I'm sure it is. It probably is fun to watch from like the outside. Diaper mode for survivors. I made a video very recently about the last update that Behavior did, where I said I actually don't know what Behavior is like, what their intention is with the future of Dead by Daylight, because I said they're moving, like they're making the game into Fortnite, right? Like they're making Dead by Daylight into Fortnite, and as they're doing that, it feels more and more like their intention with the entire killer role is a participation role. Like you're not really meant to be equal to the survivor. It's more just like, hey, I get to play the killer, but you're not actually supposed to like win, right? It's almost more like it's a co-op game, and the survivors are meant to have all of the agency, all of the interest is supposed to be in the survivor's court. And then you're playing the role of what essentially would normally be an NPC. And it's what I just before that made a video about the thing that killed all the other asymmetrical games we ever got, right? The one thing that killed all the other asymmetrical games was how Killer just kept feeling more and more like the developers of those games were too lazy to make AI. So instead they just let a player play the role of an AI, like a Splinter Cell guard going back and forth between two checkpoints waiting to get fucking strangled to death by Sam Fisher. That's what it felt like, and that's what they're starting to do here with Dead by Daylight. It's becoming a participation role where you're not really meant to win, right? Or be competitive. You're meant to just fucking be there for the experience of the survivors.
As much as being slug can be, at least. Right. The recovery changes and crawling speed will give you a bit more agency when down, so you want to...
You know what? I'm gonna stop there. I think that the devs are so stupid in their intention because they have the full picture of all their plans, right? I think when this new MMR system comes out, they're gonna tell people that, hey, your MMR kills don't matter anymore, right? Kills don't matter anymore in this new MMR system. What matters is how many hooks you get in a match. That's what's gonna make your MMR go up, right? So they're thinking, well, you won't have, like, winning now won't be getting 4 kills. It'll maybe be getting 8 hooks, right? Okay, you got 8 hooks. You won the game, right? Like, they want to try to, like, basically, like, troll you into thinking that you won even if the survivors all lived, sort of thing. That's what I think they're going to do. They're going to try to pivot it in that direction. So everybody fucking wins. The survivors win and you win. Everybody fucking wins. Everybody gets a goddamn lollipop at the end of the match. Like, can we just be adults? Like, what are we doing?
Just holding a button and waiting for someone to come to save you. Like, you mean like a teammate? Like a team game?
I think so, Dust. I think so.
And the killer does stuff like slugging to push people off gens so they can be in chase, have someone on the floor, and get someone off a gen, so there's only one person on a gen, which slows down the gens because it's strategy. You mean that?
Doesn't this update encourage slugging? I've heard some people say that, but I didn't get why. Why does it encourage slugging? True should be happy about this update then. True has always wanted a game to be more hook-oriented direction. He does, but he also wants it to be balanced for it too, right? This is just basically, it's moving half of the post, but it's not moving the whole goalpost. So like, you still don't have like well-balanced maps. You still don't have well-balanced gen speed. Like, if you had those things, then yeah, it would work. But as long as you only have the side of it that is good for Survivor, it becomes like a disaster. Because if you run into a survivor you know is on death hook, you can down them. If you hook them, you lose gen regression. So it sounds like you're better off leaving them on the floor. I mean, you're right about that. It does encourage slugging in that sense. You're 100% right about that. It encourages slugging in the dumbest way possible, though, because you're still hurting yourself, because normally you should just pick that person up and kill them and they're out of the game forever. Now you have to just slug them and leave them on the ground. So it's a weird thing where it's encouraging bad gameplay, but it's also like still detrimental to the killer at the same time. It's pretty phenomenal they've managed to actually do something that pathetic. You have to almost give them credit.
Fucking mad. Tunneling reduction update.
Oh god, he's gonna have a stroke.
When a survivor is hooked, their hook status is hidden from the killer. When they're unhooked, there is no notification and their hook status isn't revealed immediately. What is going on?
It's like a horror movie. What is going on? Fucking behaviors in the room with you, dude. Watch your back.
This phase 2 might be worse than I was thinking.
They're trying to remove degenerate gameplay while reinforcing
Also,
it.
do they not realize what the full tunnel is? The full tunnel is the killer
And remember, in my phase 2 video, my OG phase 2 video that True reacted to back even in the day, in that video, I said all the things I think behavior are going to do, right? The base kit unbreakable, the base kit decisive strike, all the things I was terrified of them doing. But I also said at the end of that video that it's very possible that they're gonna do something even more horrible than I could possibly imagine, right? So like some people are calling me a doomsdayer, but I was saying I don't even think that I'm fucking scratching the itch. I think they're gonna do something 10 times worse than my brain can't even comprehend it because it's so stupid. And they did. Congratulations. I didn't doomsday hard enough. I was too fucking moderate. Nemesis, much appreciated for growing some buttons, by the way.
Waiting at the hook. So this won't do anything to actual proper tunnelers. This just hurts people who are strategic. Like, the explosion of a hook gives you information as a killer. I know you don't like giving any information to the killer, but you literally give a UI what tells every little thing to survive.
And this is true too. He's saying that if you're actually proxy camping, you're going to be watching the hook, so you'll still see him physically get unhooked. But he doesn't realize that survivor is going to be fucking like Superman when he gets off, because he hasn't got to that part of the anti-tunnel yet.
But one thing, you know, killer bias, super killer bias game, guys.
Behaviors covered their tracks, man.
When you hear the explosion of the hook, you get information for the killer, and you know one person's got off the hook and another survivor's there. So you know where two survivors are. So even if you don't go over there, you have information subconsciously stored where you know location where survivors could be. You can work out what gens they go to. It don't matter. I'm not going to play killer much anymore anyway. But you can,
damn.
What gens they.
I agree.
You know what around there.
I'll do it because I want to watch you guys see me lose my mind.
Information given what you can memorize as killer. But once again, the devs don't get it, and they think not having the explosion is something to do with tunneling.
That's the crazy thing right now, right? And like, again, we have to go back to it. I can barely stand playing killer right now in the game. Right now in the game, I'm already at like my breaking point where I just want to fucking get into a pig pen and just fucking eat mud with the pigs because I'm just fucking lost my mind. And yet, here we are adding 500,000 pages of anti-killer garbage to the game. My brain almost can't even comprehend it. Thanks, Chandler. At this point, reading these patch notes, I'm about 50-50 on if Chandler Riggs ever actually was able to leave the building. I think there's a small chance that behavior fucking probably cannibalized him. I think they ate Chandler Riggs in some kind of sadistic ceremony. I think they killed him and they ate his dead body.
What do you want about? Tunneling is when a killer literally is going to like hang around a hook. Wait, what else will they do? The hook status is hidden from the killer. When they're unhooked, there's no notification. The hook status is... Oh, wow.
Spooky Waffles, much appreciated for growing some buttons.
It doesn't even show... like, not even, obviously, the explosion, but it doesn't even show that they've got off the hook yet, when they're already off the hook. Wow. That's the opposite of what the survivors are getting. Survivors are getting specific information, and we're getting misinformation.
How was I not following already?
Actually, disinformation
Do appreciate
is
it.
purposefully giving us What the fuck? It's giving us disinformation on our UI as killer. The survivors are getting everything on UI, and we're getting disinformation. Our UI is telling us the wrong information. This is fucking gold.
It's a complete mask off moment. Like, behavior has literally like gone full blown crazy here. Like, at this point, if anybody does not see the survivor bias of behavior, they're fucking coping so hard or just straight up lying. Honestly, just run for like the local mayor in your city or something, because like you may as well be a politician if you can with a straight face pretend that this makes any sense.
Game guys, sorry, yeah, killer bias, super killer bias game guys. How are survivor mains going to like, or like, you know, super biased like people towards Survivor, all the politicians towards Survivor? How are they going to like read this and be like, yep, this sounds good changes. The devs definitely are killer bias, or definitely care about both sides. Okay, this is good. This is good to read. This is making me laugh like crazy. This was insane. I'm a dreaming. Is it real? And you say I'm insulting saying they're detached. Like, come on. They are. How is this not detached? This is fucking insane. Look how much there is. I haven't read it all yet. Look how much there is.
There's so much.
Just that first part is insane, and it's all this.
Oh no.
This is what happens when all the kind of like
At least they fixed the gen speeds to improve killer
around
experience,
DBD
right?
is either politicians
Right?
or
It's like that meme.
survivors.
Right?
No one actually telling like the devs good information before they just ruin everything. Good job, guys. This is disabled once all generators are completed. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's very nice. Unhook survivors gain the following effect. Wait, they get more? They get more stuff. Is it going to say more?
They created a whole new status effect called elusive, bro.
More speed. They get more stuff. Unhook survivors gain the following effect for a limited time. Haste, endurance, and elusive. They get something new? Wait. No collision with other players, both killer and survivor. What the fuck? They could go how long? Immunity to killer instinct. The fuck is point at some of the perks we have? What about Legion? Legion's going to be going for frenzy, and then the person on the hook's just invisible. So we can't even hit 4 frenzies. Fucking hell. This is so weird. What? How long for? It has to be longer than 10 seconds, by the way, because they already had this for 10 seconds. So it's going to be longer than 10 seconds, you know? Wow.
Oh, do you think so? I never considered that. Limited time.
What the fuck? They say the killer aura as well? These effects are lost when the affected survivor perform a conspicuous action. Oh my god, it's like off the record. All these effects, except haste and endurance, are disabled once all generators are completed. Yeah, I would think so, devs. I would think so. That actually might be the best change they've done so far. I think they've made it where the free escapes aren't a thing anymore.
No. Hey, the base kit borrow time is still there. It says all these effects except haste and endurance are disabled once all generators are complete. So you still get base kit borrow time. You still get it in the end game. So make sure to fucking teabag that killer while you're sitting there with invincibility armor on. You teabag him. You let him know, hey, you shouldn't have let it come to this. Oh, you want to abandon? Too bad. That rules, that option, it only exists for me. Watch these fucking nuts just fucking slime across the ground. Look at how I drag them back and forth. Real rancid and hairy. Look at them. That's right. You suck.
Be reading too much into it, but they might have actually understood where... Oh, no, never mind.
Okay, you got it.
It's the same endurance. My bad. My bad.
Of course they did.
Never mind. Almost, devs, almost. You almost made me believe you were kind of caring about killer. Almost, until I realized, no, you like the completely free escapes. Like, you know that they get free escapes, devs. They get free escapes. Like, why do you have this endgame? It's free. If you get a unique hook, not the same survivor, you should get benefits. You are using the carrot, not the stick on the killer. That is how you do it. You incentivize healthy play. This is actually a good idea. It's what I've said, so obviously I'm going to agree with it, but, you know, it is a good idea.
So he does agree with that part of it.
Generator cake. Nah.
He knows it's going to be pathetic. He knows it's going to be pathetic.
How long? Is it 5 seconds?
We all know it's going to be pathetic, right?
Temporary reveal survivors in basic barbecue in Chile that have less or equal
probably the most decent thing.
The hook survivor.
But they're purposely making you go after like the targets you shouldn't be going after. So that's like they're trying to force you to get 12 hook states when you'll lose the game trying to get 12 hook states, basically.
A lesson for the Blight, the Dark Lord, the Ghoul, the Hillbilly, and the Nurse.
No gen speed fix, no.
Not Spirit?
True. I never thought about that. Spirit's not in there.
I'd say Spirit's stronger. I'd say Spirit's stronger than Dark Lord. For sure. These effects are disabled once all generators are completed. I need to know the variables. If these variables are completely whack, which they probably are.
They straight up buffed it, true. They did buff it.
Honestly, it's probably not big enough. Like, if I was in control, after a unique hook, I'd kind of like lessen a lot of the gen defense stuff because I don't think perks in gen defense is interesting at all, and we've had it for so long. But my idea were when you hook someone unique who hasn't been hooked before, but
I want to get to the end here of this.
I'm very confused.
It's time to buff True.
Is the mask being dropped? I don't know why they said 6. This sounds like some survivor main being like, You're tunneling
It does.
in
It sounds
if you
like a
go after them
Reddit.
straight after you get
It
to someone
sounds like
else.
some Reddit post. They should make it to where if you kill like a survivor before there's 6 hook states, then all the other survivors get a massive gen repair speed bonus.
So confused.
That's
How's
such
that
a
tunnel?
Reddit post.
A tunnel is putting someone on a hook and then wait until they get off the hook and then going after them again. Yeah. Have they made another? Can you give me a scenario where you get, if you kill a survivor before 6 hooks, can you give me a scenario how you're tunneling?
What they're going for here, by the way, is I don't know if TrueTalent realizes this, but this is targeted towards him. It's literally this change right here with the 6 hooks. It's targeted towards his playstyle because he does this thing where he basically picks 2 survivors where he bounces back and forth between those 2 survivors until they're dead, right? So he doesn't like straight tunnel because he wants to avoid all the anti-tunnel, the DS, the off the record. So he'll basically bounce between 2 or 3 survivors and ignore the other ones. And that's his strategy. So this specifically, they added this because of him, because he's the only person I've seen like doing this. This is an anti-TrueTalent mechanic.
They need 3 hooks to die. So are they saying 5 hooks? That's still weird though. Oh my god, oh my god, this is terrible. All remaining survivors gain a repair speed bonus for the rest of the trial. So just passively, dude, as killer, you're literally going to try and memorize who not to go for.
True, and it's not going to give you that information, is it? It's not going to give you that information outside of the barbecue and chili.
Killer with this, and I've kind of slowed down anyway. But
oh no, guys! True just said he's not going to play killer anymore. I guess that means they're going to finally nerf survivor. Shit.
Appreciate. Rage and do. Thank you for the 20.
They should make it so if you don't hook each round Robin style, you instantly die and get a 30-minute matchmaking penalty. I agree. You should be banned.
Also, but to actually give survivors the advantage, because you need to memorize each one you've hooked to ignore them. And you'd have to do it outside of the game because there's no UI for killer for this stuff.
They should make killer have to play in 240p quality resolution.
Absolutely insane. Survivor, sorry, killer bias again, by the way, guys. I assure you, that is the narrative. The devs are very, very biased, and it's a killer-favored game. If the survivor that was last hooked is sacrificed or killed, generators cannot be regressed or blocked.
It just doesn't stop.
Wow, it's getting even crazier. Wait.
This doesn't stop.
You cannot go after.
Honestly, give the survivors a fucking 12 gauge. Let them blow our head off.
They have 4 gens done, and you need a kill. But you go for that kill and get fucked for it. This is fucking insane. Phase 2, man. Phase 2.
You get to what's hand. Thank you. I've got his watching here. Appreciate it.
They unironically did this and got paid real money for it.
This is gold. This is gold, man. Well, I just play Survivor. Survivor just, has your cake and eat it. If you're actually good at Survivor,
dude, holy shit, does everybody want a new asymmetrical horror game that isn't Dead by Daylight? Like, holy shit, we're all desperate. We will do anything. Gun, just bring back TCM right now. Release a post and say, hey, that was, we fucked up, our bad. We fired Black Tower Studios. We brought in some other company. We're gonna bring it back and make it better than it ever was, bro. We're all on TCM tomorrow. Get us out of here. Save us from this garbage.
The only people you're really gonna have trouble with is like the super S-tier killers, like Blight, who basically has no counterplay at a lot of places and just hits you. But it works and it's still balanced because you can gem rush him, even though he can down you instantly every chase near enough. You can still win. Added the option to enable or disable these mechanics in custom games. Yep, once again, they realize how ridiculously stupid this is, and comp players will not enable all of this. That's why they've done that. They have done that for that, Like, I'm not just guessing. They've 100% done this because they know how stupid this shit is for comp players, for good players. They know how stupid it is. So they've done this so the comp players can be like, yeah, we're not going to have this stuff. 100%. Like, I'm 100%. What do you need to do again? You need to make sure that...
If you guys want to watch the video, it's up. I'm just kind of scrolling through now. I want to see what he says about the elusive status effect.
You know you're in stealth mode. Wow. Oh, Sag. I didn't want them to touch Myers, but they have. I thought Myers were speed. Bonus to bonus.
I wonder if he realizes that it's gonna make Myers like too strong and like really cheap.
That's not. I don't make it. This change doesn't make sense to me. Moving while stalking has increased movement speed, but incurs a. Maybe the people won't cry about him now. I don't know.
Sonico found sacrificed by the entity.
Clown. They've nerfed the 1 second. It's probably 2 second now. So now he's just 2% faster. Gets his stalk like the best when. It is weird. Like, why reduce it? Don't get that. Incurs a reduced stalk rate. Okay. And then reworked his add-ons. They've got rid of Tombstone, obviously.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, there's the clown. Okay, so they've just looking quickly at clown. They've nerfed him now. I don't know. Devno, by moving away from the linear evil within tiers, we wanted to give players.
He didn't really. He's already been reacting so long. He didn't put like a super amount of depth into the thinking.
That's on nearly all. It might be all right like this. It's just. Oh, that's sad. I don't think he needed to go.
No, they didn't. He had a unique identity, and they've turned him into just fucking everything else in the game. His unique identity dead because there's no currency system, guys. If there was a currency system in the game, Myers would have been allowed to exist. He would have been fine. But there's no currency system, so we gotta fucking make him exactly like everything else. Annoying and boring.
In particular, those who prefer his old playstyle, freeing up tuft of hair will change evil counter to function like old Myers. Oh, okay. Offer an exposed effect and no slaughtering strike. Stay tuned for the patch notes with the full details. Okay, well, at least they've got Fragrant Tough to play him like old school. I like that idea. He's already like mid tier, so why would you make him weaker? But I guess we'll see. But that's at least nice. No one asked for this. I don't know who asked for this, yeah. Maybe behind the scenes. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes, guys. Have I gone over the new anti-tunnel mechanic? Yeah.
Make Ghostface a dash there.
Tonic hindered, slow down, so interactive for survivors. Pre-values and lights. Camera vertical rate. Taking what we learned from. Is that what they're saying? Reduced hellfire charge movement speed.
Yeah, they're punishing you savagely.
So that'll increase slowdown time. The health increase scent orb spawn time, control entire spaces.
You don't even have like
tech?
You don't even have like brain capacity to react to these parts of the patch notes anymore, honestly. Like you've just got, your mind has been so overwhelmed with all the garbage you just read that you get to these killers and you're like mentally fatigued. Like someone just fucking beat the shit out of you with a baseball bat.
Are you just talking about when you said kidnap tech? Because I just thought that was just a normal mechanic. Like just an obvious mechanic. You vault over a pallet. Maybe it's that kidnap tech you were talking about. Discord. Well, we'll dig into the details.
And the perk updates are still to come.
With the patch notes. Live balance preview on Discord.
I don't like the live balance preview on Discord. It's really annoying.
Like something new.
I don't want to do it.
Discord's a cesspool from what I've heard.
Discord is nasty. I mean, like, it's okay if you just have like a server with like literally just you and like your actual real life friend, or server, well, not in real life, but like, you know, your gamer friends, but like these like big community discords.
Now, like when you give me builds for killer, you know, whatever.
You can shit so fast. There's so many weirdos.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like the dark web.
Killer, right? You are basically the new handhold for the. Is this thing I said like years ago? Have to complete a unique hook. Killers get a benefit. They get like some perk, so it incentivizes healthy play. Something I said ages ago, and then, you know, balance the game around hooks, not kills. Wow. Well, there you go, guys. We reacted to that at the stream went on a bit longer. But yeah, that was a crazy one. Wow, I was doing that for like an hour.
Yep. Man, what do you guys think? Is it time to just move to the middle of the woods somewhere and worship a tree or something? Like, I don't, like, what do we do? What's left? Are you guys excited to play overpowered survivor in the PTB against the new killer and just ruin their life? Playing Discord Swift. You're going back to TCM? The servers are gonna go down very soon for TCM, but I mean, until then, you have the option, I guess. This is very much a tinfoil hat theory, but I swear behavior's just jealous and pissed that people like licensed killers more than their original, so they nerf and make them as boring as possible so people won't want to play them. Maybe they make more money off their own original killers. Time to grow up and have kids. Ah! We're cooked. Just don't ever kill anybody who's condemned with Sadaka, okay? Because if you do, then the gens are all gonna instantly explode. Is that the I'm pretty sure it's not like 100% confirmed, but like the Thailand killer is the one, I believe. You predicted it won't go live? I agree, Bester, and I know, actually I don't. I agree that some of it won't go live because I think they purposely overdid it. I think they inflated it and made it way more over the top so that they could pull back to what they actually wanted. Because I think if they just put what they actually wanted in the game, then people wanted them to get rid of it. But since they put in this ridiculous garbage on top of it, now they can act like they're listening to everybody and sort of bring it back to what they actually really truly wanted to implement. You know what I mean? I think it's a manipulation tactic to get the like some of the changes through and still make it seem like they're listening to the community. They will be praised for putting the lesser of two. Yeah, people, I already could see the tweets. Behavior, thank you so much for listening to our feedback. Here's the best, Behavior. And then Behavior looks at him and goes, yeah, we're still not going to give you a creator code though, so why don't you just sit the fuck down and keep glazing. It's like when you negotiate a price and you suggest a ridiculously low or high price just to make a less ridiculous price sound more reasonable. There's got to be a name for that, right? Is that called like what is the name for that? That strategy that specifically has to have like a name. No creator code for True and Choi because they don't glaze them for everything. It's true. We're fucked. Heckling. Heckling, isn't heckling just sort of the art of bartering? It's called The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump. Is it actually? I don't know. It's called door in the face technique. Seriously, door in the face technique, really. Let's look it up. The door in the face technique is a persuasion strategy from social psychology. Here is how it works. You start with a big request. You ask someone for something you know they'll almost certainly reject, like asking a friend to lend you $500. Then follow up with a smaller request. After they refuse, you immediately ask for something much smaller and more reasonable, like asking to borrow $50 instead. Because the second request feels like a concession compared to the first, the other person is more likely to say, "You're the greatest," behavior. It plays on the social norm of reciprocation. When someone compromises with us, we feel pressure to compromise back by agreeing. Damn. Door in the face technique. Good catch. Foot in the door makes more sense, doesn't it?
XX Lady Nova grew some muttons.
Lady Nova, much appreciated for growing some muttons. So the foot in the door technique is the opposite of the door in the face technique. You start small, like, and then scale up once they've agreed. So like the foot in the door technique would be like, you ask someone like, hey, can you sign this petition? Can you sign this petition? And then they say, yeah, I could sign the petition. And then you go like, hey, do you want to donate $10 on top of that, since you've already signed for the... That's the foot in the door, but the door in the face goes the opposite direction. But don't worry, like if I say this on Twitter, right, like I'm pretty sure that if I made this claim on Twitter, people would be like, oh my god, Choi, why don't you just shut your fucking mouth, huh? You're never going to get a creator code with that attitude. TBD introduced foot in the face tech. Give us your Oric sale money. Is Fang the Fluffy trying to desperately get a Harambe only stream to happen by adding 13 subscribers on Twitch? For those who don't know, if we get to 50 edgelords on YouTube, which we already have, and we get to 50 cringelords on Twitch, I do a Harambe only stream. So that's what that is. And we're currently 13 away on Twitch, but we only have like a day left to hit that marker. Well, the thing is, Choi, you can't make a reasonable insane post on Twitter and get away with it. It's true. I've gotten many unsolicited wiener pics for trying to do that in the past. Need to be careful. It doesn't happen again. Am I sad that Harambe is dying with the anti-slug changes? I'm sad, but I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up. We're going to keep trying. I don't know if the survivor truly can escape the Harambe. Will it be more difficult? Sure. But can they really escape? I don't know. But we definitely need to scale back on the... I say we need to scale back on buying cosmetics, but I know we can't help ourselves, can we? We're going to see a cosmetic we like, and next thing we know, we're going to be wearing it. We're going to be sitting in a queue looking at it for 45 minutes just thinking about how great it is. It's pointless. Behavior's 1. There's nothing we can do now but be pissed off about it. There's a very good chance that a lot of that stuff's going to be nerfed. Like, you know, they're adding a base kit, what is it? My brain is fried. They're adding a base kit, Pop Goes the Weasel, so they might see that as an opportunity to nerf with, like, Pop Goes the Weasel and Pain Res. I would not doubt it at all. It's pretty easy to just find another good game. I mean, it's true, but it's like a content creator. What do? You know? Do you play Outlast Trials? Like, do you like? There's no other asymmetrical horror game that's really alive. That's interesting to people. They want to watch you suffer forever and just be in pain. So we have to give them what they want. That's just how it works. Identity. Well, it comes out next Tuesday, so we'll have to see what we do. I don't know if I'll be able to stream it Tuesday. I might have to stream it Wednesday. We'll see. It kind of depends like how big the update is. We might get to play it a little bit, depending on how long it takes to actually update. You built your community around one horse, and that horse came out to be a hoe.
What the fuck is
Finding a
that,
new game is
fucking
tough
cat?
when one game is your job.
Don't fucking
That
look at
hurt-
me like
that-
That's
that
a
hits
weird
deep.
looking fucking cat.
Survival
But here's the thing, I
Super
still
Queens,
enjoy
$2.
DBD, guys.
Finding a
I
new game
do.
is tough when one game is your job.
I just love complaining about Dead by Daylight more than I like playing it, you know, like everyone else. Gonna be playing some more Gears while you wait. Did you like the Gears gameplay, Brandon? The domination. The shotguns, the snipes. We could become a community of World of Warcraft guild. Just do a Fear and Hunger stream, dude. I get giga banned so quick if I even launch that game for 2 seconds. Much appreciated for the 2. You're playing World of Warcraft right now. This is what the patch notes do to all of us. Same, Brandon. I love Gears. There's a censorship mod. And don't get the full experience of all the trauma. That's why we play the game, is it not? You're playing Gears Reloaded right now. Lock in. People are playing Gears on PlayStation and they're playing Helldivers on Xbox. It's a crazy time to be alive. Especially with these ridiculous patch notes. Oh man, we're gonna have, I think that if this goes to live, like if it somehow goes to live, I don't even think maybe I should just support it, you know, like on Twitter. I should just like support it, say it's the greatest idea I've ever. We should get it. I want this to all go through to the live game. And I just want to just see how horrible it is in the live game. Like it would just give me pleasure, I think. But yeah, you know, it's funny. I wasn't even gonna stream today because I got home 15 hours late due to traffic. Some guy decided driving into a train at 500 miles an hour would be a good idea. Backed up traffic for 16 hours. He probably read the patch notes, to be honest. He probably looked at the patch notes and was so fucking traumatized he just fucking crashed right into a train. But anyway, I saw it and I just had to, I don't think I would have even been able to sleep if I didn't just rant for 5 hours straight. So I appreciate you guys here to hear me rant, so I didn't have to end up like the guy who crashed into the train. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I hope you can sleep. If you have a therapist, it would probably now would be a good time to just fucking make an appointment. Be like, I think I need to talk to you about something right now. And your therapist is like, oh God, did they release more patch notes? And you're like, yeah, they did. And you don't even understand how horrible they are this time. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, with that, have a good rest of your day or night or Morgan or whatever it is. And I will see you again on Moontog, aka Monday, for I'm surely a calmer stream. All right. Peace.
Yeah. Ots was saying that like if we fill up the lobby completely with spectators, but is that not going to work?
No, not for what this is.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Ots was saying that like if we fill up the lobby